Will you leave those fish? I got one too, Josh.
Uh-oh. A double, eh?
I'm watching your rod tip, right? What are you running, minnows?
Yeah, I got a minnow.
Okay, I got that colored worm on there, buddy. I'm sitting watching your rod tip. Look at this. How's this, Josh?
Twins.
Hi, I'm Darryl Choronzey, and today I'm with a real good friend of mine. I mean, a real good friend, my son Joshua, and we're up on the Kag. It's a favorite lake of mine, and Josh and I are going for an early summer fishing trip, right?
I'd say so.
For walleye like this.
I'm going fishing all of the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey is brought to you in part by Ontario, more to discover, Yamaha Motor Canada, and by Montana's Cookhouse. Closed captioning of Going Fishing is brought to you by Fish Crisp. Today, Choronzey and Josh are boarding a Turbo Otter at the Leuenberger Air Base, located just outside the hamlet of Nakina, Ontario. As they make the 75-mile flight directly into Ontario's North Country, they pass over hundreds of streams, rivers, and lakes. They're headed for Leuenberger's Kagianagami Lake Lodge, but on this trip, most of their attention will not be given to the big lake itself, but instead one of the many northern rivers that wind their way through the wilderness to James Bay. Stay with us as the father and son duo go chasing Ontario walleye, river style.
There's one there,
Buddy,
Dad.
what do you got on? You got minnows on or you got worms?
Minnows.
Hey, that is a nice walleye. Look at that thing, Josh. You got that on minnow?
Yep.
We got a little contest today, me and the kid. He's gonna run minnows, I'm gonna run worms, and we're gonna see who outfishes who. I think it's 1-0.
1-0.
It's a nice fish, Josh.
Yeah, not bad, eh?
Dandy fish. Little bigger out here, eh?
Ooh.
Nice fish, Josh. But they don't count unless you get them in the boat and hold them up.
I had my hands on that one.
Josh, we got the gulls squawking and the fish biting. What do you
one,
think?
Eh?
Yeah, down the boat. This is a decent fish, Josh. Nice fish.
Is that on a worm or a minnow?
On the worm, buddy, on the green worm.
Oh, boy.
On the green worm, Josh. Listen to those gulls, Josh.
That's a good walleye.
That's a dandy, eh? Nice fish, Josh.
Are we going to keep some for lunch today, or are we going to let them all go?
I think we're going to let them all go. What do you think?
Yeah, we could take a break from all the shore lunches, I guess.
Nice chunky fish, Josh.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Kagianagami, buddy. What do you think?
That's
hey?
a dandy.
Josh and I are trying to do one thing this morning. A lot of quick fishing, eh?
That's right.
The plane's coming in to pick us up in about an hour, and I said to Josh, let's finish this trip off with 1 good hour of fishing together. We'll share it with the gulls.
They don't seem too happy with us.
Nice fish. Now listen, this is just an average, Josh, for the Kag. Dandy fish.
Seen a lot bigger than that this week.
We've seen some big ones. Tell you what, where would you rather be? In the boat with me or on the island with the gulls?
Sometimes I take the gulls, but right now I'll stick in the boat.
They're squawky, I'll tell you.
Getting There is brought to you by Ontario, more to discover. Anglers leaving Toronto can drive north on Highway 400, then onto the Trans-Canada Highway 11 west to Geraldton. From there, it's a short 30-mile ride north on Highway 584 to Nakina and the Leuenberger flyout base. American anglers crossing the border just west of Thunder Bay just take the hour ride north on Highway 11 to Geraldton and then on to Nakina. The second route into the country from Sault Ste. Marie means driving west on Highway 17 to the town of Nipigon, where you can catch the Trans-Canada east to Geraldton.
Oh, right
right under the boat.
You know what? You're almost getting to be a meat fisherman.
I'm just doing a number on you.
What are you running? What kind of bait?
It's just another power tail with a 1/8 ounce head and a minnow.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, I hate to say this, but that is a dandy fish. You caught that right off your knees, directly under the boat, right?
Right under the boat.
You don't have to go far, eh?
No, they're right there. That's another nice one.
They are nice.
A little more yellow tone than the ones yesterday, eh?
Yeah, but you'll get a couple different color tones in these fish, right? We got some that have got a lot of yellow in them. We got some that have got some gray in them. We've even got some
white.
and some white and some greenish tinges, you know? And we're also getting some company. I see that the boys from the lodge know the fishing holes here.
Popular place.
I think somebody was down at shore lunch telling them where we were fishing yesterday, right?
Maybe that might have been you, it wasn't me. There's one dad just sucking on the minnow. You call
You know
the shots,
what?
it's so good
You want to
here.
know something? I think I'm finished drowning worms. I'm going to put a minnow on there, pal.
Oh,
Good fish?
what's the depth here? 7, 8 feet?
We're sitting right now, and the Lorentz is saying we're in 12 feet. And you know, this is how picky these fish can be. Hey, you know that? 1 minute you're going to get them on worms. The next minute you're going to get them on minnows. But this morning you've been getting them on the minnows.
No problems on the minnows all day. That's a nice one too,
That's
eh?
a nice clean fish. Let me have a look at that. That's a nice clean fish. Hey,
Back to the water.
put them back. We're not keeping them today. But that's it, Josh. These fish will spawn up there, and then they'll come in and they'll get into these 15
There you
foot
go.
holes.
There you
and,
go, buddy.
And that they'll lie in here and they'll congregate, eh? It's just weird. Look at this guy.
Doesn't even know he's hooked
Mr.
yet.
Walleye, he doesn't. He's gonna know
Oh.
right now.
Yeah, it's true, eh? They little checkpoints on the way down river.
What happens is they're up there spawning, and the first couple holes they get into, they'll come in here and they'll rest before they drop out to the main lake. And if you got the fish finder and you can find the holes,
You find the fish.
you find the fish, eh?
I'm gonna put on another minnow.
I think I'm gonna go to a minnow. How's that?
He's sucking
You got one?
on it. Yep.
I got one.
Well, you just waiting for me to set the hook on mine, I think, eh?
Look at this.
That's a good fish.
No, mine's a better fish, Josh.
No, I don't
Mine
think
is a
so.
better fish. Look at this.
I think I got the better one on
What do
here.
you say, pal? You got what?
I think I got the better one here.
A nice fish, Josh. Dandy fish, Josh. Hey, buddy.
I'm gonna need your pliers on this one, boss.
Have you? Look at this.
Let's see.
Let's see.
No.
Not a bad fish, Josh. You need my pliers?
No, I got it. It's all right.
Again, hey, these fish are in great shape,
Look at it. They're already starting to put the feet on.
you know?
That's good
Wow.
stuff.
Dandy fish, pal. Put her here. Put her here.
Oh, you got the worm dye all over your hands.
Give me a minnow right now, too.
Oh, you like the minnows, do you?
I got one, Josh. You got one?
I thought we had the same fish.
We
for
may
a
have the
second.
same fish, or we got them wrapped. Hang on a sec.
Uh-oh.
Here, you give me your rod, and I'll take. Here, you give me
they're
your
double
rod.
wrapped.
Give me your rod. Are they doubled?
Here.
I got one. These crazy river walleye. Can you lean over and hand me a
I'll
fish?
tell you what. Let's see your rod.
You take that one.
I'll just take them both.
No, bring one over. Come here. That's how thick this river is with fish, Josh. You know, Josh and I are just sitting here, and I says, I think I've got one here, Josh. And it was tap, tap. You get one, I get one. They cross lines. That's how thick the fish are down there.
For a second, I thought he picked up both our jigs. But
You thought it was one fish? You thought it was one
I don't
fish?
know whose is whose. We're both running minnows now. But
Like
one of
twins.
my hands bigger.
You know, that's how numerous the fish are in this river. We put our jigs down, right?
Yep.
I said, I think I got one. You said, you think you got one? They crossed lines. We thought we had the same fish, really, right? There's fish everywhere. Put it there, pal. Let's go for it. You undo it for me, will you?
Going fishing returns in a moment.
Josh, are you getting the jig on there?
I'm putting them. Oh,
The action's still hot, buddy.
I said don't put it in unless I'm in with you.
The action is hot, pal.
I said not to put it in unless I'm in with you.
Look at this.
That's a nice fish too.
There are so many fish in this system, it isn't funny. True or false? As
Yeah.
fast as you get a jig down, you catch a fish.
We've been doing this for what, 3 days now?
Yeah, and we did start this show out a little different. I said to Josh, I'll put the worms on my jig, you put the minnows on. and Josh was giving me a thumping. So I said, enough for the worms. I'm going to the minnows. And it just proves, and it does prove something. You can get them on worms one day, the next day they're not going to touch worms, and it's all minnows, right?
That's the way it goes.
Another day you're going to come, you're going to put minnows down, and they're going to want worms. So you bring both with you, I guess, and the power baits.
That's how you do it.
Josh, the old man's got the touch.
I'm not speaking to you anymore. Yeah, you're hitting them
I got
now.
to say thank you to you, though. You were the guy that said you were going to go. This is a little bit of backbone to this one, Josh. You were the guy that said minnows were going to outfish worms today, didn't you?
Just the way it is. Early spring.
Yep.
Up here is what you can say it is, because back home, what is it, second week of June?
Yep.
That's early spring for up here still when the ice comes off. That's a good fish.
Yeah, it's a real nice fish.
And you seem to get a better bite up here on the minnows early in the season than you do on the worms.
Yeah, well, you know, when you were a little guy, right? We used to go fishing, and I used to tell you something, and I really don't know whether this is true, but this is the way I used to play it. It used to be the method was minnows in the spring, and as the water warmed up, we went to the worm harnesses, right? And that water's so cold down there.
Oh, it's ice cold.
Is that a Danny?
That's a beautiful
Hey?
fish.
Real nice fish. And again, we're not hurting these fish. It's catch and release today, although we may just keep a couple for sure lunch. You got one?
I got one.
Put her there.
I gotta fight my fish.
Josh, these fish are everywhere, eh? You can come up to the Kag, most of the lakes, north of Superior, you can come up and you can catch walleye like this all day long. You need a fish finder to find the holes. You need the proper baits. You can use the power grubs. A lot of times you want to add some minnows or some worms with them, but you can catch them like that, eh? And you can release them like that,
you
buddy.
can. No, it's really worth the experience to come up and try this.
I think you haven't lived until you fish north of Superior.
And had a couple north of Superior Shore lunches.
And we're gonna maybe do that this afternoon too.
It seems only yesterday that Darryl and Josh were filming their first television show together a few miles from home on the Saugeen River for catfish. Well, yesterday was 18 years ago, and while the time has slipped away faster than expected, the father and son are still finding time to fish together and make that all-important working holiday in the Ontario North Country whenever possible. Now, taking a 4-year-old on an Ontario wilderness fly-in for a week of walleye and pike fishing is obviously unrealistic. But it's not out of the question to partner up with your kids for that first outpost fly-in by the time they reach the age of 9 or 10, approximately the age when Josh made his initial trip into the bush by float plane. Here are a few important tips when planning that first fly-in to the north with your youngsters. First and foremost, make certain you take along proper fitting life preservers. Just as important, make certain the young ones always wear them. When checking out suitable locations, be certain to inform the operator that you're bringing one or more juveniles with you, and always heed the advice of the operator. He's the expert on his territory, and he will also know if the locations are suitable for such an expedition. And when you're packing the sleeping bags, tackle, and necessary foodstuffs, don't forget to also keep your younger fishing buddy in mind. There's nothing better than wieners and marshmallows over a campfire, or even a generous helping of jelly beans, licorice, and potato chips to get everybody through that first adventure in the north.
You got one there, pal.
I'm getting them all day.
You know what? If you watch how Josh and I are fishing, we're not actually casting across the river. We're using the fish finder. We're finding these holes that are anywhere from 10 to 17 feet deep. The rest of the river is only 4 feet deep. We're sitting over the holes and we're casting out maybe 8, 10 yards at the most, and dropping it down right under the boat. That's where it's usually settling, and that's where we're catching the fish.
That's a bit bigger though, eh?
Nice fish, Josh. Now, when you come up here, just remember, a lot of your fishing's taking place right under the boat. All we're doing is casting out 5 or 10 yards, letting the jig come back down, and just slowly lifting it off bottom. And they're mouthing that bait.
They're not like fish back home in southern Ontario, that's for sure.
Well,
they're more aggressive.
They're more aggressive, and they haven't seen a lot of baits.
They haven't seen the boats, they haven't seen the baits, the water skiers, the jet skiers. You gotta come try it.
You gotta come. Tell them. You've gotta come to Northern Ontario, right?
That's right. Buddy.
You got one?
I got one.
You're fishing in my fishing hole. Get on your own side of the boat there, pal.
This is good fish.
Isn't there a lot of fish here? you know?
Oh boy.
Isn't there a
Look
lot
at the
of
size
fish?
of that sow.
Nice fish, Josh, dandy fish.
I think a lot of these are females just starting to put the feed back on as they come back down, eh?
Yeah. Well, like we were saying, don't lie in this hole until the water warms up too much or until the water starts to drop. Pliers? Right there.
Mess with their teeth before, it's not nice.
But there's plenty of fish.
It's a good one.
Just let that lady go, how's that? Lots of walleye, Josh. I guess that you could call it the land of the never-ending walleye, eh? Because there's sure enough of them.
It's awesome. Still got my minnow too.
I saw that. Josh, right off the yammy. Watch
There's a
your
lot
rod,
of
Josh.
fish
You
in
know
here.
what? Look at this guy. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do we got? Maybe I've got that pike on here, Josh.
That big one that followed that walleye.
I don't think so. I think that's a walleye, but it's a good walleye. If it's a
Yeah, it is
walleye,
a good
ooh,
walleye.
look at this fish. Thick, thick fish.
I'd pass you a net that's at the front, but I'm not going
bet
to.
you would. I'll bet you
I'm
would.
not going to.
And again, there's a pike underneath him, Josh. You can do this.
Oh.
You can do this. Look at the pike,
Oh.
Josh, look at the
Oh.
size.
I'm gonna try to get him to bite.
I don't want to grab the walleye in case the pike goes after me. Now watch it.
Oh, he spooked.
I was more worried about the pike. I
That was
didn't
in the
want to reach
mid-40s.
down in there. There was a pike in there at least 40 inches, eh?
I dropped that power minnow in front of me.
He
when
was
hit it.
lying right
Wouldn't hit
under
it.
the walleye, and I wasn't going to go in and grab the walleye in case the pike did the same thing from the bottom. I got my hands from the top, I would have lost my fingers.
You're a fisherman.
Yeah, but I'm not a stupid fisherman. Look get your lure in there. We've got a northern in the same hole, and every time we bring in a walleye, the northern's coming up underneath him, eh?
I tried to get him to bite. He won't take a jig.
Yeah, well, he wasn't going to take my fingers. I'm standing here, Josh. I got a walleye on top of the water, right on the surface, and that's the first time I was ever afraid to pick a walleye up because of that northern underneath it.
Big walleye, too.
Good walleye.
And now for the Montana's Cookhouse tip of the week. When fishing a northern river, work your way upstream slowly, fishing potential holding water as you go, and at the same time catching more fish and disturbing less water.
Buddy, the wind's coming up. Did
That's why
you
we're in
notice
the
that?
river.
If we were out in the lake right now, we'd be
Oh,
feeling
we'd
it.
be spinning in circles.
Now listen, we've got to get back so we can do a shore lunch, and then we've got to catch the plane, okay? But real quick, let's talk tackle. The word is light. When we come north, we don't use any line heavier than what?
6 or 8 pound test.
6 or 8 all the
For
time.
walleye.
For walleye. 6 or 8 all the time for walleye. We get in for the pike. Yes, we're going to run 12 to 18 pound test line. Always a steel leader for the pike, but today we're walleye fishing and it's light. We got light action rods and reels, right?
Medium light rods.
Small diameter line.
1/8 ounce jigs.
I was running a 1/8 ounce with a tournament grub, right? And a minnow.
Yep.
And you weren't running the tournament grub.
Oh, I was running the power minnow. Bit different.
The trick is you don't have to cast a mile. You're only casting out there 5 to 10 yards, letting that line
Fall down under the boat.
fall down, and you want that jig right on the bottom.
That's right.
One more, and we're gonna go out and have shore lunch.
That's
do
what you
say?
want to do. Let's do
Go
it.
for it. Okay. Excellent. Joshua, right underneath your feet, pal. Again, we aren't casting out. We're making a short cast.
That's a big fish,
Is
buddy.
it?
I just
know.
took a look
Did
at
you
it.
see-
That's a
did you
big
see it?
fish.
Hey, again, just casting out a little ways and letting it come back right in front of you. Look at this fish, Josh. That is a
Pike's
nice
not with it this time.
That is a nice walleye, pal. Hey,
I'd help you, but
I've got
I
him,
can't.
buddy. I've got him. Put the latch on.
I have an
that
ulterior
guy.
motive.
I'm gonna put the. Whoa! I'm not gonna put the latch on that guy. Come here. That is a nice fish. Wow. That is a dandy, Josh. Joshua,
let's see how you're holding that.
I got him just like that, and I'm not hurting him. You see that? Is that nice or what?
That is nice. Nice fish.
I'm gonna let him go. What do you think?
Yep, pop him back in.
Is that nice?
Or her. I imagine it's
Probably a
big
her. Right under the boat, pal.
Good job.
Paradise, my friend, paradise.
Sure is.
And we've got to catch a plane, so let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Going fishing returns with shore lunch.
I'm with Terry Uzzatello, right? I would say the lodge manager at the Keg.
Yeah, that's my job.
Leuenberger's the Keg. How many years have you been guiding in the north?
13 now, so it's been an adventure.
This guy can really clean a walleye, and I just thought it was great to have him cleaning a walleye. Show us what you do.
Okay, remember what I told you. You think they fight on the rod? Wait till you see them hit the grease. Okay, here's the first cut. You just get it behind these two fins here. And then what I like to do is I like to roll that knife right around the head. A lot of people will cut it across here, and you've already lost 3 inches of meat.
A lot of meat.
So, and then the knife will stop at the backbone. Just slide that knife right along the backbone. You'll get to about the front of this fin here. Stick it through. And right to about there. And just hold on, because you'll see why I leave that piece on later. Then here I like to use a lot of the blade, and you'll feel your knife go right around the rib cage.
You can actually feel that knife bouncing off the rib cage.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. Take it, and this is why I leave the piece on, because it's a nice handle then.
You don't have to actually hold a little piece of skin.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're not fighting it. Oh, and now these ones are going home, so I need to leave a patch of skin on, so I'll just flip that over. And never cut down on the wood like that. That's what's going to ruin your knife.
Okay.
You'll be sharpening it further. Just turn the fish up like this, and I like to leave a healthy patch on.
My buddy, my son. Now listen, for about 21 years, I've been doing all the cooking. You're cooking today, right?
That's the way it's gonna go.
Okay, what have we got? You tell the people.
We have a Cajun mix, a flour coating with some seasoning in it. Bought in the box. We got the walleye fillets. I cleaned them so the bones are out of them.
Okay.
A little canned spaghetti. And we're gonna dip the fillets in the milk, into the mix, and into the hot oil.
Okay, and it's guaranteed to taste good?
I worked in the Northwest Territories, and you know me. If I didn't cook good fish, I was gonna starve.
Let's go for it. Is this paradise or is this paradise?
You said it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's called north of Superior, right? We're down in Kagianagami. We've got some walleye, and I've got some spaghetti. Let's have a little taste. I'll just use my fingers, is that okay?
I'll bypass the use of the fork, too.
Oh,
That's some good
that's
stuff.
good. I'll tell you what, after we're finished eating, we're gonna go for some lake trout.
It's a little bumpy. Maybe we should do another fry.
Another shore lunch? You wanna do another shore lunch? Listen, if you get the opportunity, don't pass up the area north of Superior, especially Kagianagami Lake. Let's go see the water, buddy.
For more information on all our going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing has been brought to you by Ontario, More to Discover, Abu Garcia, and by Montana's Cookhouse. Going Fishing would like to thank the following fine sponsors: